Cane sugar has been the sweetener of choice for over 2,000 years. It is used in all types of foods due to its versatility. It enhances flavor, aroma, texture, and browning. It also helps retain moisture and preserve freshness. Sugar starts with sugarcane, a tall tropical grass that can grow up to 20 feet high. When it is ready for harvest, the tops are removed, leaving the base stalks behind so they can grow into the next crop. Sugarcane is a renewable resource that doesn't have to be replanted to produce a new crop. After harvesting and transporting to the mill, the sugarcane is washed and cut into shreds. Next, huge rollers crush the cane really, really hard. This mixture goes down to the separators, where the fibers are removed and the juice is sent on to the evaporators, which are basically huge pots heated by a furnace burning the dried sugarcane fiber. How efficient is that? This syrup is thickened by boiling off the water. Once the syrup is cool, it is time for it to be crystallized. To get crystals from the syrup, it is seeded with, well, crystals of sugar. Just a sprinkle is enough to kickstart the process. From there, it is moved into centrifuges, where centrifugal force squeezes out any remaining liquid, leaving, you guessed it, dry sugar crystals. Now the crystals are purified, decolorized, recrystallized, and dried in a large granulator. Next, they are sized by running them through a variety of screens, all to remove any impurities and make the sugar crystals just the right size and color. The end result is pure cane sugar. Bleach or added chemicals required. Different types of sugar are created at various steps in the manufacturing process. Turbinado sugar has only been partially refined, and only the surface molasses washed off. Brown sugar contains some of the surface molasses syrup, which imparts that characteristic molasses flavor. Granulated sugar is the last step in the manufacturing process. Now that the sugar is ready, there is one final step before it can be packaged and shipped. Every batch is tested in a lab to ensure that it meets the highest standard of quality. Because at Imperial Sugar and Dixie Crystals, we take great pride in turning pure cane into pure love, from our family to yours. Then that's what I'm doing. I appreciate it.
One of the most essential textile fibers in the world. It is used in every kind of clothing. Global production exceeding 25 million tons annually. But how is cotton transformed into clothing? In this video, we'll explore the processing of cotton at the largest clothes manufacturing plant in the United States. The global fashion industry is a powerhouse, generating over $1 trillion annually. While fashion trends may come and go, this one fiber consistently stands the test of time. In downtown Los Angeles stands North America's largest clothing manufacturing factory, where an impressive 53 million garments are produced annually. To meet this immense demand, a vast amount of thread was sourced from the Cotton Belt in North Carolina. Cotton, crop with a history spanning over 5,000 years, requires meticulous preparation before planting. The soil is expertly plowed to loosen and remove weeds, creating an ideal seedbed and promoting robust root growth. The seeds are carefully planted in rows with precise spacing between each seed, ensuring that each plant has ample room to grow and access enough sunlight. The seeds are buried at a specific depth in the soil, which aids in germination and supports healthy plant development. Planting occurs in the spring, taking advantage of the warm temperatures and longer daylight hours to encourage rapid growth. Flowering typically happens a few weeks after planting, once the cotton plants have reached the right level of maturity. Cotton flowers, which are white, emerge at the ends of the branches. It takes about 5 months for cotton to grow from seed to a fully mature plant. Inside the pods, cotton fibers begin to form as elongated cells that gradually accumulate layers of cellulose, the primary substance in cotton fibers. Cotton harvesting is commonly done with mechanical harvesters specifically designed for this purpose. These machines cut the plants and collect the mature pods. Modern machinery is efficient and fast, allowing for a quick harvest and reducing labor costs. The cotton harvester is an amazing invention that revolutionized the cotton industry when the first machines had commercial success after World War II. Before the invention of the cotton harvester, all cotton was harvested by hand. Today, a single cotton harvester can collect as much cotton in one day as over 250 workers. As the drums spin, the spiked hooks pass through the cotton plant, catching the cotton lint and pulling it from the husk. The cotton harvester has an onboard fan that blows air at high speed through the suction gills, aiding in the collection process. Once harvested, the cotton is collected in containers at the back of the harvesters. When these containers are full, the cotton is loaded for further processing. Once a significant amount of cotton has been harvested, it is packed into large bales for easy transportation and storage before being sent to processing facilities. These bales are transported to cotton ginning machines, specialized facilities that separate cotton fibers from seeds and other impurities. Upon arrival at the processing plant, the cotton undergoes initial cleaning to remove sticks, burrs, and any remaining debris and seeds. The cottonseed falls onto a conveyor belt leading to a gin machine, which uses a combination of rollers and blades to separate the fibers from the seeds. The machine mixes the cottonseed with hot air, evaporating moisture and facilitating cleaning. During the ginning process, impurities such as leaf remnants, stem fragments, and other unwanted materials are removed using screens and suction systems. After separation, the cotton fibers are classified according to their length, color, and quality, with higher quality fibers often destined for high-end textile products. The separated cotton seeds are collected and can be used for producing cottonseed oil or animal feed. After ginning, the cotton is packed into bales, which are compact packages designed for efficient handling and transport. Each bale typically weighs 226 kilograms and can produce more than 300 dresses or over 10,000 t-shirts. Once packed and labeled, the cotton bales are loaded onto trucks and sent to textile factories, where they will be transformed into t-shirts and other garments. This is the oldest and most important yarn manufacturer in the United States. They have been making yarn for ages, and each week they produce enough to make 5 million t-shirts. Their first challenge is that t-shirt yarn requires more than just cotton. To make the yarn, clean cotton has to be mixed with rayon and polyester. The clean cotton and other fibers fall into a mixer, resembling a fibrous waterfall inside a cylinder covered with wires. This acts like a comb, sorting and aligning the fibers, and then expels spools of gray thread, known as spinning sliver, each 6,500 meters long. However, this spinning sliver is too weak and breaks easily, held together only by the cohesion of the fibers. The solution is a carding process that strengthens the yarn. The carded slivers pass through rollers that gently separate and twist the fibers, resulting in a finer but stronger yarn that is now robust enough to become thread. The yarn is wound onto spools, which are then loaded onto a giant rotating frame. Once finished, the yarn is wound onto combs, each weighing 2 kilograms. These combs embark on a 3-day, 4,000 kilometers journey across half a continent to reach the Los Angeles factory, the largest clothing producer in the United States. From this facility, more than 25 million t-shirts are sent out each year. The yarn arriving from the North Carolina factory is so fine that threading it by hand is impossible. To solve this, they use an air gun that shoots the yarn directly into the weaver. Here, 108 threads are woven into a spiderweb-like fabric, which is then transformed into a circular tube of fabric by the work of 1,620 small needles. The t-shirts produced here are available in 52 colors, so the next step is dyeing the fabric. Since the fabric is a mix of polyester, rayon, and cotton, each fiber reacts differently to dye. To solve this, the fabric is dyed in 2 separate baths at different temperatures, polyester at 130 degrees Celsius and rayon and cotton at 60 degrees Celsius. After dyeing, the fabric is placed in a giant dryer where the temperature reaches 160 degrees Celsius. To prevent the fabric from shrinking, the ends are held in a frame to maintain its shape during drying. Once dried, the fabric is bagged and ready to be turned into t-shirts. On the other side of the city, in this 74,000 square meters sewing workshop, rolls of fabric arrive at the cutting room. But before cutting, they need a pattern. Each t-shirt is made up of 6 pieces. The batch is arranged in the computer like a giant puzzle. This pattern has 1,600 pieces. Following the digital pattern, a high-speed cutter takes only minutes to cut hundreds of t-shirts from this fabric, which are then sent to the sewing area. On a busy day, the factory hums with the sound of over 3,000 machines, and each worker specializes in a specific operation. It takes a team of 13 people to make a single t-shirt, with teams paid per piece, providing an incentive for efficiency. Once assembled, each t-shirt undergoes quality control and is boxed within 2 minutes. This system ensures that the expert seamstresses become some of the highest paid workers in the world. If you want to know how silk is made, watch the video on your screen, and please like the video if you enjoyed it and share it with someone who might be interested. Also,
Hi everyone, we are in the world of rum today.
Silk is one of the most luxurious and softest fabrics in the world. To obtain 1 kilogram of silk, around 2,500 silkworms are needed. But how is silk made from these silkworms? Get ready to discover the astonishing process of silk creation. Join us on a fascinating journey as we unravel the secrets of silkworm breeding and the delicate extraction of the valuable cocoons. Legend has it that silk was discovered when a cocoon fell into the tea of the Empress of China, revealing a long and silky thread. Today, over 2/3 of the 410,000 tons of silk produced in the world come from China. However, silk enthusiasts travel to Thailand to obtain the finest threads. These villagers continue their ancestors' traditions, hand-weaving high-quality silk. Thai silk is considered one of the best in the world, and creating the best fabric starts with the best insect silkworms. The process in silk factories begins with the breeding of silkworms. This step is essential to ensure the availability of silkworms and their proper development. Healthy and fertile adult females are chosen for reproduction. These females are placed in boxes or suitable environments where they lay their eggs. The adult females deposit their eggs on a suitable substrate, such as paper or mulberry leaves, which are the main food source for silkworms. Ensuring optimal environmental conditions is crucial for the incubation of the eggs. The eggs are kept under controlled temperature and humidity to facilitate their development. They start as small as the head of a pin, and once hatched, they begin to grow. The newly hatched silkworms, known as larvae, are very small and start feeding on mulberry leaves for their growth. The silkworm larvae are placed in boxes or trays where they are provided with fresh mulberry leaves. During this stage, silkworms feed voraciously as their main objective is to grow and increase in size. Maintaining appropriate conditions of temperature, humidity, and ventilation is essential to ensure the well-being and healthy growth of the silkworms. Rearing silkworms is a delicate task that requires constant care and attention to ensure their healthy development. The personnel at the silk factory supervise and control the breeding process, ensuring that the silkworms receive proper nutrition and conditions for their growth to become silk-producing larvae. These insects will have to multiply their weight by 10,000 times. They are meticulous and strictly vegetarian, only accepting fresh mulberry leaves collected by hand. At this farm, they collect more than 2 tons of leaves per week. The leaves are cut into small pieces and placed in boxes or trays to make it easy for the silkworms to access them. The quantity and quality of the mulberry leaves provided to the silkworms are carefully monitored. It is crucial to ensure they always have enough food and to replace dry or damaged leaves to guarantee optimal nutrition. Regular cleaning of the boxes or trays is done to remove feces and dry leaves, maintaining a clean environment and reducing the risk of diseases or infections among the silkworms. After the silkworms have grown and been adequately fed, they start forming their silk cocoons. This step is critical in the silk production process. After 40 days and 40 nights of continuous eating, the larvae are ready to rest. But before their slumber begins, the silkworms start the task of weaving a cocoon that will protect them while they transform into butterflies. The silkworms start producing a special liquid substance through the silk glands located in their heads. This substance quickly solidifies upon contact with air, forming a continuous thread that wraps around the body of the silkworm. The silkworms constantly move and weave while secreting the silk threads. These movements help shape the cocoon and ensure the even distribution of the threads around the silkworm's body. As the silkworms continue secreting and wrapping the silk threads, the cocoon gradually takes shape. The cocoons consist of a single continuous silk thread that can reach several hundred meters in length. Each caterpillar can produce almost a kilometer of silk to cover themselves. After 3 or 4 days of spinning, the cocoon is ready. During this time, the silkworms remain inside the cocoon, protected and safe. The formation of the cocoons is a critical stage in the silk production process, since the cocoons contain the precious silk threads that will be used in the manufacturing of luxurious and elegant fabrics. Once the silkworms complete the formation of their cocoons, it's time to harvest them carefully. The harvesting of the cocoons is a delicate process that ensures the obtaining of the valuable silk threads. The workers at the silk factory carefully examine the cocoons and select those that are in optimal conditions for harvesting. The cocoons are separated one by one, being careful not to damage the silk threads that surround them. The collected cocoons are identified based on their quality and size. Generally, the larger and more uniform cocoons produce better quality and longer silk threads. The collected cocoons undergo a thermal treatment. They are placed in hot water or steamed for a specific period, which kills the worms inside the cocoons and facilitates the extraction of the silk threads. Then, a process of unwinding and extracting the threads is carried out. Several threads from different cocoons are joined together to form a stronger and continuous thread, making it easier for further processing and weaving. The silk fibers are held together by a protein called sericin. To remove the sericin, the cocoons are immersed in hot water, softening the sericin and releasing the filaments. The thickness of a silk filament is only a few hundredths of a millimeter, so several are needed to form a thread strong enough for use. It takes 5,000 cocoons and 30 hours for the workers to reel just one skein of silk. The workers at the silk factory perform this task with care and precision to ensure the acquisition of high-quality silk threads. The collected silk threads undergo a cleaning process to remove impurities, remnants of cocoons, and any other unwanted substances. The threads are carefully washed in warm water or immersed in gentle cleaning solutions to preserve the silk's quality and shine. The problem with wet silk is that it is very fragile, and you don't want to break a thread that you spent an entire day obtaining. A very ingenious solution is to sprinkle it with rice, which immediately absorbs the moisture. The silk thread is wound around a spindle, a very ancient instrument that measures the length of the thread. If color is desired, the dyeing process is carried out. The silk threads are immersed in natural or chemical dyes to achieve the desired color. Dyeing is done with caution to ensure a uniform distribution of the color on the threads. The silk threads are wound onto bobbins or reels to facilitate their handling during the spinning process. Spinning can be done manually or using specialized machinery. The threads are twisted and combined to form stronger and continuous yarns that will be used in the manufacturing of silk fabrics. This can be done manually or mechanically, depending on the scale of production. The silk threads are carefully interwoven to create a soft, light, and elegant fabric with a great variety of patterns and textures. The tool that transforms them into clothing is the loom. To handle this fierce machine, great skill, concentration, and endurance are required. After 40 hours of weaving, threading, and warping, only half of the cloth is completed. In the factories, the process is similar to the traditional one, but on a much more impressive scale. Instead of the 2 or 3 kilograms made by hand in the village, automated spinning wheels spin an immense amount of 100 kilograms of silk per day. Giant mechanical looms weave rolls of 3-meter fabric in just a few minutes, matching the production of the village in a few hours, creating a wide variety of fabrics from curtains to the most modern ties. Once the silk has been processed and turned into soft and beautiful fabric, it's time for commercialization and distribution. If you enjoyed this video, like and share it with your friends who might be interested. If you want to know how butter is made, click on the video on your screen.
You might have heard about different silk materials. Banana silk, cashmere silk, pashmina silk, then Kanchipuram. So it is all known from the place where it is produced. Some places are exclusively meant for the production of particular variety. So you have seen that one of the way of produce the silk. So what is the process known as? The process is known as sericulture. Understand what is sericulture? Driving of silkworm for the production of rose silk. This is the way you have to define. What is sericulture? You just study what is sericulture. What is sericulture? It is the process of understand. The process of rearing silkworm, the process of rearing silkworm for the production of Rose silk. Rose silk, rose silk is known as. You heard the rose, no? Rose, you heard it. Rose silk is known as sericulture. See, there are different ways or different methods for the production of silk. One of the way which is in practice is called this method sericulture. It is most common in Karnataka. That way also question can come. Why Karnataka contribute 70% of mulberry silk production. Mulberry silk production. Why Karnataka contribute 70% of mulberry silk production? See, this answer I will give you. Before that, this sericulture process is that on mulberry plants only this silkworms are reared. So in India, that variety of silk is produced from Karnataka. What are the reasons? The first reason, availability of silkworm silkworm bombyx. That is the particular variety. Availability of silkworm. Availability of silkworm. What happened? You change the seat. The risk is will come. It will fall on you. Your silkworm, bombyx swan, and mulberry plant throughout the year. Plant throughout the year. The leaves of the mulberry plant is the field for that. So that is the second point. The climate is favorable. The climate is favorable for rearing silkworm. Silkworm. Then third point, availability of alkaline free water. Availability of alkaline free water. That can damage, alkaline can damage. Actually, that alkalines are formed as a result of that use of fertilizer. So to react with that. So here alkaline free water is available. Next. Introduction of modern technology. Introduction of modern technology. Of rearing silkworms. Introduction of modern technology of rearing silkworms. Modern. Technology of rearing the forest. That is enough. That one. Yes. Who have returned the paper? Paper, everyone got the mark? Yes. No, paper, answer. I don't know. No. One person got, very less mark of it, so that person. Huh? Is coming. Okay. See, at least these lessons which I have told the 20 out of 30 should be there. Geography lessons which I have told. I want that. Because side by side we were doing the definition courses. So when the test is done, everyone must write and the mark should be. Seriously, fun study. Yes, leave it. What we were saying, that you understood why most of the this silk rearing, mulberry silk rearing is there in Karnataka. Okay. Can you tell which are the major producers of silk in Karnataka? Which are the major producers? Bangalore, Mysore, Kolar, Mandya, Tumkur, Belgaum, Kurg. So at least three places you have to remember. Okay. Next, Andhra Pradesh, Chittoor, Visakhapatnam, Anandapur. Telangana, Mahbubnagar, Karimnagar, Warangal, Adilabad. Then West Bengal, Malda, Murshidabad, Birbhum and Bankura. Tamil Nadu, most important places are the Coimbatore, Dharmapuri, Nilgiri, Salem and Tirunelveli. But the most important silk produce in that one variety is the Kanchipuram is one of the major producer. Okay, then Bihar and Jharkhand. See here, we have learned about one variety mulberry silk. See, mulberry silk is the silk worms are reared on mulberry plant. So that is what the mulberry silk. There are another varieties. One is that is Tesser silk. Have you heard about Tesser silk? So Tesser silk is also another that major variety of silk. The Bihar and Jharkhand are the producers of Tesser silk. Then there is another variety. Sorry, Eri and Muga. Eri and Muga. These are lower quality, okay? Eri and Muga. The major producers are Assam. Okay? What are the varieties of silk? Mulberry, Tesser, Eri, and Muga. So Tesser silk major producers are Jharkhand and Bihar. Eri and Muga are produced in Assam. Got it? What are the challenges faced by silk industry? This is the last point. What are the challenges faced by silk industry? First point, competition from artificial silk. Competition. What you are searching? Cotton also, this was a challenge. But this one looks like it is artificial silk and this silk. So artificial silk, that's combination from artificial. Then competition from artificial silk. What is the type of competition? It is artificial silk is cheap and durable. Understood. The other one is not having that much durability. So people prefer to purchase. When original silk is there, it is very costly. One line jerry of this silk material, if it is purchased, that is 25,000 for 1 lakh, like that. Depends upon how many lines are there. So that much costly it is. So that is why people prefer it will look like the original silk. So people cannot distinguish it from artificial or original. That is one. Second point, import of better quality and cheaper raw silk from China. You know that China from time immemorial was the major silk. So it was an exporter, that is why there was a name Silk Route. From China to West Asia, there was a route. Not one route, so many such routes were there. Through that, silk was the major component of this export. So silk, major silk producing country, China. Then third point, the changes in prices of raw silk affect the silk industry and weaving industry. They have told you about the certain regions are exclusively meant for this kind of products. So that area, the people depend on the getting the raw material. If there is fluctuation in the prices, the people who depend on this weaving industry are affected. They cannot afford weaving. They are not having the cooperative system and all. So it is like a cottage industry only flourish. So that is why weavers also it affect as well as silk industry also it. Next point, there is no systematic testing and the grading of silk. systematic testing and grading of silk. See, I have told you, when we are purchasing the silk, we ask the shopkeeper, okay, we want this particular silk saree or silk material. So they are telling about the price and we think that it is of very good quality. So people are not knowing what the quality product it is. But advanced countries like Japan and all, they are having the technique of separation and grading. If it is graded, so we can question it. You know that gold and all, there is having that hallmark symbol. So if it is not having hallmark symbol, we can immediately reject it because that is the symbol of quality. The same way when we are purchasing electrical or electronic goods and all, ISI symbol is there. That is the standard mark for that product. So without that mark, if we are purchasing, we are only responsible. So the same way for this system, this industry, there is no grading system. That is also a challenge. Okay. Any doubt is there? I'll give you some more then after. Okay. Podium you take. Question number, wrong answer question. 1. Have you seen? Podium is not there. Page number 93 I'm talking. Third exercise, you are having the answer for it. Okay. Then, third question, despite being the largest producer of sugarcane, why is India ranked second in the world? Then, fourth question we have already written now. Then sixth also written. Seventh question. What are the problems faced by sugar industry in North India? Give any 2 reasons. Second. Then worksheet, answer is not the, you have to write first one. Then review exercise, fourth question. That is fourth. Worksheet 1 and a review exercise, where also answer is not there. That is right. Yeah. Are you writing answer by the proper and giving? Because you know that some of the questions that you are having in one pattern, the same question seems to repeat. Previously, that way, the repetition is not there. They are asking to write the text to any type of question. They are drafting it. So we cannot tell that this will come back. But for you, last few years questions, papers I have checked, I have found that the same thing can be repeated. Okay, so that is why you just do it, and if any type of doubts are coming, you can ask that be answerable so that you can ask any part. If other parties you can ask. Some of the when you are writing, the separation is that way. Then only mark will come. So anything is okay for your happiness, mark will be there. For the board, if you want to get things will happen. Impact.